that's not it. And my goal is that what you're doing right now is getting a chance to fill out some of these blocks so that you can talk, so that even if you're not using this, if I asked you, you would feel comfortable filling out like the information that's here. So survey questions that you're going to be analyzing from your survey, because you need at least 2 survey questions to kind of be analyzing. What categories, like the access labels and the results, and then here's a place where you're going to be making your connection to the hypothesis, your research questions, and the any readings that you've done. So why that's important to kind of make those notes is because that's an important part of the writing process for the results in the discussion. You take this information, you make it into a graph, some kind of data visualization, and then the results section is describing the data visualization. So like if someone who can't see you, for example, like you wanted to tell them what's in there, what would you describe? What would be in there? And then the discussion section, you're going to have 3 different body paragraphs. So that's where you analyze the data, synthesize, compare the data with research questions, hypothesis, and readings. So that's, it's really hopefully like this is kind of a place to like have some messiness before you have it more formally organized into your writing. So these are the slides that I included in the videos that I posted online. And based on what you know now, I'm reviving this triangle where there's the different types of thinking. In the results section, what kind of thinking is reflected in the writing about the data, charts, tables, graphs? So where are you? What kind of writing, what kind of thinking is happening in the writing? Any ideas? So remember, let's go back and look at what the results section includes. So the results is just describing the data visualization. You're saying what's there. And then the discussion section is, analyzing, synthesizing. So what kind of thinking is happening in the results section? Application? Kind of, yeah. Maybe some of the application remember, like that you've made the graphs, like you have to go through all kinds of crazy, like complex thinking to create these graphs. But when you see the graph, what's the relationship between the graph and the writing? Yeah, Shania. Evaluation? Evaluation comes in the discussion. Analysis is more for the discussion. So the thing is, you're just saying like what's happening in the results. So thank you for answering, because I want to make sure that you may think it's redundant, the writing that you're doing in the results and the writing that you're doing in the discussion. But comprehension and knowledge, that's like saying, who's heard E equals MC squared? That equation, E equals MC squared. Has everyone heard it? I've heard it. I cannot apply it, analyze it, I can't do any of this with it. I know it. Does anyone comprehend it and what it means? Anyone? You do? Okay, that's awesome. You're one step ahead of me. Can you apply it? Yeah, so that means can you take some data and apply that? So these are different levels of thinking, because I think most people here know what E equals MC, know that that's an equation defining, I think, Einstein's theory of relativity or something like that. Most people know that's a thing, but doing these upper levels is more complex thinking. So what I encourage you to do is when you're writing the results, keep it like you're just describing what's in the graph. So you're not analyzing it, you're not interpreting it, you're not saying, oh, it connects to the hypothesis, you're not saying it connects to the readings, you're just describing what's in the graph. The discussion, that's where you start describing what the analysis is, why the results were expected or unexpected, something like that. So that means, that I'm showing this graph once again, and I want to give you the directions. These are the directions for writing the discussion section and the results section. So you have this here. I'm going to give you a handout that will let you take notes about it. And so those are that's what it looks like there. I'll show that again. No signal. Come on. Really, no signal. Okay, well, but I want you to write it, take some notes on these so that you have that description, you have the understanding about what to do. If you are looking at these directions, I'll put them back up. If you're looking at these directions and think they don't make sense, or you're having they feel really abstract, what I encourage you to do is watch the videos, because the videos connect these maybe abstract directions to one of the sample papers, and it talks you through that. So I'm not spending that time in class. Instead, I'm giving you the time to analyze your data. But take some of these directions down, because the other place to find them will be online. I've gotten all these directions just from the papers that I've already passed out. So go ahead, if you want, write these down so that you have this, or take a picture if that's easier for you, so that you have that available, and watch the videos. It's already posted on the video playlist is already posted online, and there's a link to it, I think, in Blackboard. I hope I updated it correctly. Any questions right now?
Is this,
yeah.
Is this homework?
No, it's not homework. It's for your information. But what I recommend, let me see. This isn't homework. This is for your information. It's really helpful to know. Give me a sec. I'm gonna try to. That's unflattering. So I know this is backwards, but these are the notes that I've taken and written down the notes. And what I recommend, again, you don't have to, but write down your own notes in this part, like what you're going to write. Here's the directions. What are you going to write? So again, this is not homework, but this is something that I recommend doing. Any other questions? All right, I'll go ahead and let's see, take that back. So I'll go ahead and display this for class, the rest of class, so that you have that available. One of the groups, they asked me, they said, oh, this is what we want to present in our results. This is how we think we're going to represent it. That was great. So if you have those kinds of questions, feel free to ask me, and I can come check in with you, tell you whether I think you should adjust it in some way, tell you you're on the right path, or if you should do something differently. Any other questions?
So this is like paper 3, and then the final exam is going to be separate from this?
It is, yeah. The final exam is going to be a practice WPA. So it's going to be very different, because this is, putting information out there. You're showing that you understand ideas, whereas the WPA is showing you can read.
So like the midterm reading?
It is, yeah. It's exactly like the midterm. The one difference is you have 2 hours, and you won't know the article beforehand. So the article will be at a level like the articles we've been reading. You'll get it. You'll see it for the first time. Everyone else will see it for the first time, and you'll be marking it up and writing about it, just like you wrote about the article in the midterm. Yeah. Any other questions? All right, great. I'm going to go ahead and if you have any questions, really please use this time to ask me. Please use this time to work with your groups. Otherwise, that we're kind of done for the day, but I'm happy to answer any questions or work with students. And we'll be starting back up on class Tuesday, being ready to talk about how to do the presentations. So use this time, write your, figure out your results.
I mean, one of them.
Yeah, we can do that.
Maybe it's like a loft or something.
Yeah, let's do that.